Hey guys, JRPG here. Now despite me making a video about why you shouldn't turn AR on, some of you, well, a lot of people still wanted to turn AR on for the novelty factor. The problem is that a lot of people were confused about how to turn it on and why they couldn't turn it on or why AR didn't work for them. For a long time I was replying to these comments one by one, and after a while I realized this was a much more widespread problem than I had initially thought. So first up, the easiest bit, how to turn AR on. While in a random encounter with a Pokemon that you can catch, there is a toggle to turn AR on or off in the top right hand corner of the screen. You won't see this in a gym battle. Before starting a gym battle, you will see the same AR toggle in the right hand corner of the little box where you select your Pokemon for the battle. Now before we start with the major troubleshooting steps, let's get a few of the easier ones out of the way. So for iPhone users, there have been reported problems with the AR function on certain beta iOS versions. So your best bet is to opt out of any beta software and roll back to the latest official iOS version. For both iPhone and Android users, make sure that the app permissions for Pokémon Go are all set to on. AR needs access to both your camera and location services to work, but for troubleshooting you should make sure all your permissions are set to on. Now while I was replying to comments one by one, invariably the answer came down to the device's hardware, and more specifically the gyroscope, or lack thereof. Pokémon Go's augmented reality features require a gyroscope to function. If you are able to turn AR on but you can't see a Pokemon, this usually means that your device doesn't have a gyroscope or that your gyroscope is faulty. You can look up your device's model to see if it has a gyroscope, but due to the large amount of models on the market and the variations depending on region, I found finding this information very hit and miss. Thankfully, there is a foolproof way to check whether your phone has a gyroscope or if your gyroscope is faulty or malfunctioning. It's also pretty easy. Head into the Play Store, or the App Store if you're on iOS, and search for an app called CPU-Z, or CPU-Z. There are many other apps that do the same thing. This is just one I already had on my phone. It's a free app and it gives you an overview of your device's hardware, but there is one particular feature we are interested in using. So open up CPU-Z. You'll see a series of tabs near the top of the screen. Scroll across until you find sensors. You'll want to find something like gyroscope or gyroscope sensor in the list. It should have three measurements underneath it, an X, a Y, and a Z. Simply move your device around, dip it up, dip it down to the sides. If the measurements show readings, so if the numbers change as you are moving it, then your device has a gyroscope and it's functioning correctly. Note that if you lay it down flat and don't move it at all, the readings should all be 0, 0, 0, or very close to it. If you move your device around and the measurements don't show readings, then your gyroscope is likely faulty, or your device just doesn't have one. If you can't see a gyroscope sensor listed anywhere, or if you see it there but there are no numbers or measurements underneath it at all, your device just doesn't have one. Unfortunately, pretty much the only way to get AR working in these cases is by changing or upgrading your device to one with a gyroscope. If you have a reason to believe your device has a gyroscope but it's faulty and the phone is still in warranty, you should be able to get it fixed by the manufacturer. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button if this video helped you, or hit that dislike button if you didn't. You can click on the screen to watch some of my other videos, and be sure to follow me on social media for content and updates. The links are in the description. Other than that, I will see you all soon.